Hi, everyone. Welcome to Secrets. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe because we have a lot to get into today. So, let's talk about Halle Bailey's bitter baby daddy, DDG, who has once again run to the internet to cry about how he's being bullied and deprived of seeing his son, Halo.
I feel like I'm getting bullied. I'm constantly being called a secondary parent, not a primary parent. Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far, so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like, it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not gonna air out her business, but me and her has not been together for a long time. But he only can see me for no more than 48 hours. I haven't had to have my son to myself for longer than 72 hours, max. And he's getting picked up, taken away. I can't come get him. I really feel like I'm a nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me, and I don't even know the nanny name. It's just not fair, bro. The that said to me is so, if heard it, it's on some leave us alone type. I don't give a who she talked to, who her is, who she filming movies with. I don't give a. I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin, because I don't care what she does. Let's see. I know she gonna let me see my son now. This is the only way. Behind closed doors, I have not been able to see my son. Only if we on perfect terms and she around is cool. But if we not, I don't get to see him.
Now, this is classic baby daddy behavior. When the perks of being with the mother dry up, they start lashing out and crashing out. And let's be clear, Halle is not trying to keep DDG from his son. She is setting boundaries, which he clearly does not respect.
Good morning, Snap. I just want to come on here and tell you guys why I'm not posting. Me and Halo are very sick. We have RSV and we do not feel good at all. So sorry I haven't been posting snaps, but I've just been using all my energy to take care of my baby and myself. Any mommies have any tips for this cold? We both have fevers on and off. We went to the doctor yesterday. She gave us medicine. She just told us to rest, lots of fluids, everything. But any other tips would be welcome and needed. Love you guys.
If you watch DDG's live rant closely, you'll notice that this isn't about Halo, it's about Halle. He wanted to come over to her place to play with the baby instead of picking him up, which was an option. Why? Because he wanted an excuse to be around her. This is what men like him do. They use the child as a pawn to gain access to the mother, hoping to be slick and work their way back into her life romantically. Halle isn't falling for it, and that's driving him crazy. If this was truly just about his son, why did he even bring up that he doesn't care who Halle is dating or filming movies with? What does that have to do with anything? If your priority is truly your child, why is your baby mama's dating life even entering the conversation? The truth is, this isn't about being a present father, it's about control. We tried to warn Hal, but the arrogance of youth always wins out. People love to say they need to experience things for themselves rather than learning from the mistakes of others. And unfortunately, Halle is learning the hard way. I don't feel sorry for her because this is just a cautionary tale for other women. Consider this a PSA. Ladies, we need to look out for the younger generation, be big sisters, and guide them on the importance of protecting their wombs. These men are not trying to marry women because marriage comes with responsibilities they don't want to take on. They don't want to be responsible for a wife. but they're eager to impregnate you. And you might wonder why. Because in their minds, pregnancy is a permanent trap. They think if you have their child, they'll have a permanent tie to you for 18 years. They hope you'll become dependent or at least forced to deal with them even when you don't want to.
I literally just wanted to see my son. That's it. I just wanted to see him. He's sick. I haven't seen him in 3 days. Why he been sick? I don't even know how he got sick. I got invited to come see him, right? We speak through somebody in my family in order for me to see him because me and her don't get along. I was told to pull up to see my son. I pull up to see my son and I get kicked out. Like, imagine somebody texting you like, hey, your son's sick, come see him. I was really supposed to pick him up, but I'm like, nah, you know what? I ain't gonna pick him up. I don't want to bring him outside because he's sick. I don't want to take him out of the crib. You feel me? So I'm like, I ain't gonna take him out the crib. I'm gonna just pull up and then I'm gonna just kick it with him downstairs, and then you can stay upstairs or whatever, and then let me just bond with him for at least an hour, 2 hours, maybe just, just kick it with him, feed him something, just regular little dash, make him feel a little better, lay down, watch a movie or something. And I was told to get out. I just didn't understand it, and I just got frustrated.
People always ask why men who don't even want to commit to a relationship are so eager to have kids, which is an even longer commitment. The answer? They think a baby locks you down. And let's be honest, how many women do we see struggling to co-parent with a man who is more concerned with controlling her than actually being a father to the child? This is exactly what's happening with DDG and Halle. I know this all too well. I was married, and let me tell you, I had the common sense to leave my marriage before getting pregnant. My ex switched up on me, a full 180 after we got married. After 2.5 years of misery, I realized things were never going to go back to what they were, and I refused to bring a child into that situation. To this day, my ex still tries to win me back, and I have always rebuffed him, but one day, he said something to me that I will never forget. He looked me in my face and said, "My biggest regret is not getting you pregnant when we were married." Imagine that. His biggest regret wasn't that he was a bad husband. It wasn't that he neglected me. It was that he failed to trap me with a baby. Because if I had a child, it would have been harder for me to leave him. That was his regret. Ladies, let that sink in. This is why we have to be smart, intentional, and protective of our futures. Halle is dealing with the consequences of not recognizing these red flags before having a child. But for those of you who haven't been caught in this trap yet, take this as a warning. A man who truly loves and values you will commit to you, not just try to impregnate you so he can have a permanent tie to you. Be wise, be careful, and most importantly, be in control of your own life. That's it for today's episode. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think DDG is really just a concerned father, or is this yet another case of a bitter baby daddy trying to manipulate the situation? Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. And until next time, bye guys!